Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Coping with Life, Disabled and Mentally Ill. I am your host, Scott. It is Saturday. Even if you're listening to this on a Wednesday, it's Saturday. So, on this week's episode, I am proud of you. No matter what you're going through, know that I am proud of you. And no matter what you are going through, keep on going. Because life is short. Life is precious. And you matter. No matter what anybody else tells you or puts upon you, I believe in you. I don't know you, but know that I wish the best for everybody. And the world is a very negative place. I try to be a very positive person. And I've been in that dark place where all hope is gone. Where you don't think there's a light at the end of the tunnel. But keep on fighting. You may not know this, but I'm sure there's somebody in your life that actually cares about you. And they don't want anything else other than to see your smile. You know, keep on fighting. For somebody who has spent 36 years on this world, majority feel feelings of worthlessness, not worthy, not deserving of good things. It's hard to go every single day. Either you're fighting your brain or somebody else's opinion forced upon you. That weight carries a lot. Sit down. Try to breathe. Know that you're going to be okay. It's no matter what makes you happy, if it's video games or movies or just having a good laugh. But if you're listening to this episode and you're not a regular listener of mine, you're not alone. I may not know what you're going through. I can't help you. I am somebody who was struggling myself every single day. But yet I'm here trying to help other people. That's what this podcast is for. You know, trying to find my happy. And for somebody who's trying really hard to have an open wing discussion. But I don't know what you're going through. But I'm glad that you're here. You know, I'm not perfect. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I try not to repeat those mistakes. But I'm here. And I genuinely care about people. And that's something that, I mean, with the bottom of my heart, I genuinely care about people. And it's really hard when you want everybody to be happy. You put out all this energy, and it seems wasted. And I don't mean that negatively. It's just some people that you may be wasting your energy on is all for naught. Maybe they don't have your best interests in life. These are all things that you need to think about. And you may not be in the right mindset. You may be going through many different things. Plus, it could be many things. But you're listening to this episode. And this is for people who are struggling. For even people who may have just lost a loved one, may be lost. Grief is hard. And there's no timetable for grief. Everybody's different. And I'm just a voice to just tell you that no matter what you're going through, I'm proud of you. And I hope things get better. It may be hard. It may take another 20 years before things improve. That's, in my experience, that's sometimes how life works. Expectations, not always the best. And sometimes in life, we have to make hard decisions. And sometimes that weight can be overbearing. And the disappointments, those choices, the fear of the unknown, all those things can weigh heavy on one's soul. And it's okay not being okay. And for myself, what I have been through is not compared to anybody else. Because I can't be that person. I've tried really hard to grow as a person, to not say, I know how you're feeling, but I may have an understanding of what you may be going through. I may not. We all handle things differently. And our minds, depending on who we are, in the make, we all handle things vastly different. And something small could be having you feel the way you feel. Something large, you may be able to take and feel nothing. everybody is different. Everybody handles things vastly different. And you might be struggling. You might be overwhelmed. Work might be stressing you out. Somebody in your life, maybe it's a toxic relationship. It may be a toxic living situation, or just something that is not the best. And there may not be a viable way out. But know that there's resources out there. I don't know of any. But I'm not also in that situation. But there's a lot of resources, and this episode is vastly different from what I normally cover in the different tones, but we'll deal with stuff. We'll have our highs and lows, and we all handle things differently. I tend to be on the positive, cheery side, and carry the weight of the world on my back. And that is how I live my life, to be there for everybody else. And other people, they have more responsibilities than I will ever dream to have. And you may have lost somebody close to you. You may be lost. You may be listening to this in a car or somewhere. And I appreciate that. And maybe you just bought a brand new video game and you spent $80 on it and you beat it in a day. Well, A, congratulations. 2, that seems to be how games are these days. But if you can find enjoyment, find enjoyment where you can. Depression is hard, and it affects everybody differently. There's several variations, in my opinion. And for me, I've said this in a different episode, but there's a vastly difference between sadness and depression. And I don't wish depression on anybody. Not even people I wish to never hear from ever again. I don't wish depression on anybody. But I wish the best for everybody. But know that life can get better. Persevere, and hopefully you can get through what you may be going through. Because I can only imagine that it's probably not easy. And there's a plethora of reasons why this may resonate with somebody, but I want to help people. And being real and sometimes knowing where you are in life. You know, you may feel like you're at rock bottom, but your elevator hasn't descended yet. You may be in that elevator and you think it's plummeting to the ground, but it hasn't even moved. Maybe you have to push the doors open button. The open door butter. Alright. The open door button. And, you know, assess where you are in life. Figure things out. And I am a 36-year-old male who is very open to my emotions. I don't, it does not bother me being as emotionally driven as I am, to appear to be vulnerable or weak, because I don't see it as a weakness. I'm just me, and I am going to be myself. And I spent many years acting normal and trying to live a quote unquote normal life. It didn't work out. And I have lived a much better life being myself. Being open about my disabilities, my mental health issues, and there is a fine line of acceptance. When you tell people when you first meet them that I'm just letting you know that I have disabilities, I have mental health issues, my mood will change on a dime, and these are things that you can expect of vastly mood changes. You have the people, like the fight or flight receptacles, where either they accept who you are as a person, or they go, whoa, crazy psychopaths, we don't want to deal with a sociopath. Or, you know, because they may follow news and have their own opinion of people like myself. We're not all violent people. I don't like violence. I don't like cursing. I am very easygoing, and I am somebody who's just a very bubbly person. But I also realize that I have a wealth of knowledge to help people who are seemingly to them in a dark place. And, you know, I'd sit there, I'd listen, because being somebody who is autistic and who has many things that people want to sweep under the rug, especially, you know, in the late 80s, early 90s, where, you know, people like me, they didn't want in the public eye. And having this podcast, being able to tell people that I'm proud of you, keep on gaming, keep on writing your book, keep on drawing your comic, whatever it is to you, keep on going. Because we're all different. But my words, I want to encourage people to keep on doing things for them. Because they may not have somebody in their life that believes in them for the reasons of for the genuine reasons of go get them tighter. I'll give you a broad example. I remember maybe a decade ago, I worked months on a techno album, and I spent a while working on all this stuff, getting sounds right and tweaking things to make sure that it sounded good. But nobody in my inner circle cared. Nobody cared. A few people that weren't local, they're like, hey, keep it up. And then what kept on driving. Now, I don't have those sound files anymore. But, again, it was a hobby that I enjoyed. So having those people that believe in you and are not finding ulterior motives, that is something that is hard for people to digest. And when finding somebody who is spending all their energy to help you be the best person you can be, try not to take advantage of that. But that's somebody who is absolutely doing everything in their power to, send you motivation. Everybody achieves things differently. But with whatever you're feeling or going through, I am sorry. And I hope that you can get the help that you need and things can improve. There's a lot of resources out there that you can find. But this episode, I just want to help other people and know that hopefully things will be okay. And it could be a plethora of reasons, but I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through. I have no idea what it may be. But may you find you're happy. May you find the things that you cherish the most. And maybe you chase your dreams. Because we all fight battles. We all have demons in one way or another. And may you find all the happy. And may you enjoy your amazing Saturday and your weekend. And I genuinely care about everybody. And I wish you all the best happiness of the world. But that is this episode. This is this week. Please be safe out there. Know that you're loved. And please, since life is fragile and life is precious, please tell the people in your life you love them. Because tomorrow's not guaranteed. Live minute by minute. Because the moment is here. Tell them that you love them. Tell them that you care about them. Give them a hug if you can. Because grief is hard. Sadness is hard. Depression is even harder. And there's many other things that you may be going through. Anxiety. But you're not worthless. You deserve amazing things to happen to you in your life. And, write that book. Make that game. Find your happy. And persevere. It may not be easy. It may be hard. And even if it takes you 10, 20 years to finish it, at least you did it. And you don't live your life in regret. So thank you so much for listening to this different episode of Coping with Life, Disabled and Mentally Ill. I'm your host, Scott. Thank you very much. And I bid you all adieu.